Welcome to Splitgate. This video will teach you everything you need to know about the Aeros faction. As you can see, I've maxed Aeros, and I've also maxed every single one of Aeros' weapons, as well as unlocking all of the equipment and all of Aeros' perks. When you first start, you will only have the tempo and the cadence unlocked, and then as you level up the Aeros faction, you will unlock the Blitz, the Pulse, and the Sprinter. In addition to that, you will have a secondary pistol. When you start playing, you will only have the Blink, but you will be able to unlock the Punch and the Juke. First, I'll show you all the main weapons, and then the pistols, and then I'll explain the different equipments, how they work, and the perks that will affect your gameplay. And then we'll end with my ideal loadout for each of the Arena Quick Play game modes. Aeros' tempo is going to be your base AR, with a lowish damage, a high accuracy, and a high fire rate. The tempo is a great starting weapon, and I would always pick the tempo over the cadence. For Aeros' tempo, you can equip 2 perks. All of the perks are listed here. You'll have to unlock the perks as you level up the weapon, which means you're going to have to play the weapon without perks first. You'll unlock the perks in order, from extended mag all the way to rapid fire. The barrel extension and the grip aren't the greatest picks if you can control your recoil, but they definitely help out in that aspect. If you can control the recoil, the extended mag, the laser sight, and the rapid fire are all going to be good choices to mix and match. The Cadence, which is the second weapon you will start with, is a carbine with a high accuracy and a high range, but it can be a little tough to handle. The Cadence, while not being very conducive to Splitgate's gameplay, can be made a lot better. It doesn't really need the extended mag as it already has a pretty high mag, and the barrel extension barely does anything because it already has a very high range. And once again with the grip, the recoil isn't really an issue, so I'd recommend picking piercing ammo and rapid fire so you can get off fast shots and multi-shots. With those two things, it actually makes the carbine not a bad pick. Aeros' Blitz shotgun, which is unlockable at level 3, has a high damage and a high fire rate, but it does require you to be at a bit closer of a range to actually do some good damage. Aeros' shotgun has a fairly interesting new perk, Melee Knuckles. It allows you for faster melee attacks that'll really give you an edge on your opponents. With Aeros' shotgun, all of these perks are going to be good ones to choose. The only one that's not incredibly good is the extended mag. All the other ones, I would say mix and match as you please. It's really just a matter of how you want to play the shotgun. Aeros' Pulse Burst Rifle is going to be somewhere between your carbine and your assault rifle. It's going to perfectly mesh your accuracy and your range with a faster fire rate. That being said, the Pulse can be a little harder to handle, but it does deal some good damage. Once again, we see piercing ammo, but we also have bullet burst as well as rapid fire. These are going to make your fire rate go up by 2 little ticks there, and it already has a large mag and not too bad a recoil, so I'd really recommend mix and matching the bullet burst, the piercing ammo, and the rapid fire, depending on how often you can line up those perfect shots to get those pass-throughs. Finally, Aeros' Sprinter SMG is going to be like your assault rifle, but it's going to shoot a lot faster and you're going to run out of ammo a lot quicker. The Sprinter is going to be great if you don't like aiming down sights, and if you just want to slide in, deal some good damage, and get out quickly. The Sprinter is already a really good base gun and doesn't even need any of the perks to be good, so you can choose any of them, but my personal favorite combo is the laser sight and the rapid fire for that extra accuracy and that extra hit. Now onto pistols. First we're going to take a look at Aeros' Blink. It has a mid-tier damage, a great accuracy, and a great fire rate, and not even a bad range for all that. It's a really solid pick. Aeros' heavy pistol, the Punch, has a much lower fire rate, but a much higher damage. This will 3-shot any enemy, and is great if you want to get up close for that last shot, or if you just need a little cleanup after meleeing someone. That being said, it does have a relatively low ammo, so you want to make sure you're getting enough ammo to get the job done, and using this as more of a long-range weapon, or a finisher weapon. Aeros' Burst Pistol, the Juke, is kind of just a toned-down version of the Pulse. All the stats are kind of lowered from the Pulse, but it's basically just a mini version of that. Every single pistol is going to have these same 3 perks you can add. The best one is the laser sight because it improves your accuracy for that finishing shot, but the piercing ammo can be good on that heavy weapon. The barrel extension isn't really needed for any of them, as they all have a really good range. Aeros has 3 perks, the Shock Disc, the Stim Shot, and the Portal. The Shock Disc will be available to you when you launch the game. The Shock Disc is going to stun your enemies and even slow how fast they can turn. The Stim Shot is going to instantly start your health regeneration, but if anybody shoots you, your health regeneration is going to immediately stop, so you really gotta play cover with this one. The Portal will instantly recall you to any portal you've previously placed as long as you have placed a portal. It's great for escaping tricky situations and baiting enemies into traps. Out of all of Aeros' perks, the Stim Shot is my favorite because you can instantly start your health regen as long as you can play cover well. Fun fact, Aeros' Rush will also usually start your regen immediately. Aeros has a total of 10 perks available. For the first perk slot, we have Fast Hands, Killer Cooldown, Rapid Recharge, Quick Draw, and Speedy Slayer. All of these are pretty straightforward. Fast Hands giving you a faster reload, Killer Cooldown reducing your cooldown upon kill, and Rapid Recharge reducing your cooldown overall. Quick Draws can allow you for a faster equipment deployment and a faster weapon swap. And finally, the Speedy Slayer is going to give you a nice speed boost on kills. As you can see here, the Speedy Slayer is my personal favorite for this slot, but it is one you'll get at the end of progression. The second available perks are Super Fit, which is going to give you a shorter cooldown for your rush, Hustle, which gives you a faster sprint, Slide, which gives you a longer slide, and Gear Upgrade, which is going to increase your equipment strength, as well as Better Rush, which gives you a better rush effectiveness, making your rush faster and longer. My personal favorite is the Hustle, just because of the pure amount of speed you can get by playing Aeros. Down here, you have all of your loadouts. You can add more and even add a custom name to your loadout. The modes in Arena Quick Play are Team Deathmatch, Domination, Firecracker, Hot Zone, Split Ball, and Takedown. Team Deathmatch, the goal is going to be purely kills, so I'd recommend a shotgun and the heavy pistol. You want to have a bit of long range and also your quick close range. For Domination, it's all about taking and holding zones, which means a lot of close combat, so you're going to want something like the Sprinter or the shotgun, probably paired with a semi-automatic pistol. Firecracker is going to be another quick-paced one, but it's not going to be a whole lot of close range. So you can definitely run the shotgun, it's a good pick, but the Sprinter and the AR are your best friends. As for a pistol pairing, any of them work in Firecracker. In Hot Zone, you've got to be quick to zone, or you have to have a good heavy hitting range. So in Hot Zone, I would pick any of the weapons but the Pulse. The Pulse isn't quick enough, and it isn't quite ranged enough. It's a much more mid-tier combat, which the Hot Zone just isn't. Split Ball is a lot like Firecracker. You're going to want your fast-paced guns, but the shotgun is a lot more viable in Split Ball, especially with the faster punching perk. Takedown is all about killing the entire enemy team before they can kill you. With Takedown, it all comes down to personal preference. It's just you and them. So whatever gun is your favorite, whatever you think you're the best with, that's what you should play in Takedown. Quick note, if you're playing Split Ball and you are holding the Split Ball, you cannot portal. So you can't quickly portal back to your base. This stim is going to be your best friend because it's going to allow you to heal and to kind of keep your momentum while you're healing. Even better if you can use Pulse's main ability, which gives you speed and regeneration. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe because this video is sponsored by you.